YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, everywhere that I am back this time, and I wanted to share with my lock brothers and sisters, or those that are contemplating starting locks, about the first day. I'm taking you back to the first days of my starter locks. So I already have in my gallery of videos on YouTube my starter lock video, and it's really a pictorial set to music of my journey from having, you know, relaxed hair to then doing a year of naturalizing, so the transitional hairstyles that I had from that time to when I started my locks. So that video is here. So I want to talk to you about my thought process that made me want to segue into going natural, getting locks, and then a little bit about what my journey has been like since then. So if you look back on my videos, I kind of did videos periodically throughout the years. So I had my starter locks, then I think I had a month in, 2 months in, something like that, and then a year, and then 2 years, and then 3 years, 3 months, or around 3 years. And then there was nothing from me until a couple months ago. So do look back on those, see where I started, but I definitely wanted to add to that. And as I see you guys starting your lock journeys as well, just wanted to share kind of where my mind was at, maybe similar to your thoughts and you starting your journey. So, 7 years ago, I was in my early 30s, so I'm dating myself. I'm telling my age, I'm telling on myself. But that would have marked about a good, how many years of that? Too many years of having relaxed hair. I think my hair first was relaxed when I was 12, maybe. So, how many years is that? 20 years almost of having relaxed hair. It scares me when I think about it, but it is what it is. So, okay, relaxed hair in my 20s was very uncomfortable to me. Itchy scalp when you get newly relaxed, burning head, scalp, flaking scalp, the usual with your hair is relaxing and behaving. So ultimately, that was the goal, I guess. However, at a certain point in time, I was just kind of like, it's expensive, it's uncomfortable. I don't feel like it's something that I want to do long term. It could be a precursor to why I have gotten migraine headaches. I don't know if it is or not, but I would periodically get migraine headaches around the time it was time for me to get a touch up. It was the weirdest thing. So I don't know if my scalp was addicted to it or whatever, or my head or body was just stressed out because I didn't have the chemical in my body. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't want to do it anymore. I felt that I wanted to be my natural self, have my hair grow out of my scalp naturally like it is, curly, whichever way it wants to go. Let me be me. So, stopped perming my hair, went natural for a year, sort of. So, if you look at that initial video, this is where I'm saying I'm transitioning and I went natural, sort of, because as you know, when you come off of perming your hair, you're going to have two textures of hair. One at the end where it's relaxed, and then the other at the roots where it's natural, and the two don't like each other. They fight each other. You try to comb through that stuff, you're going to have a lot of hair in the comb, in the brush, on the floor, because the hair that was relaxed is like, you gotta keep relaxing me. I'm not sure what's going on here. And then the new growth, you don't want to put relaxer on that, and it's fighting with the two textures. So you can see the mess that was happening in my head because I didn't want to do the big chop. I just wasn't that comfortable at the time with shaving all of my hair off. So I spent a year with two different textures of hair. So the remedy for that was to braid all of that schizo textured hair up and put weave in it. Brilliant, right? But hey, it was a transitional hairstyle where it looks sort of like what my permed hair looked like beforehand, and in work environments was just something that I chose to do to continue working through the transition that I was going to eventually go to in a year's time. So went through that. 1 year passed. I had about 2 to 3 inches of natural hair with the rest that was permed hair. So then I started doing research on locticians, like, somebody please help, because I need to find someone that is not going to advise me to do the big chop. They'll just trim down the hair from the permed areas till they get to my natural hair and then lock it. It was heck trying to find somebody that would do that until I found my loctician, Yvonne. She worked with my hair, but before I get to that experience, when I was talking to other locticians, they're like, well, no, your roots are still too tame to lock. If you do lock, we can, trim away some of the hair, but we would just comb coil that into the lock, and then I just didn't understand what they were telling me that they were going to do, but I didn't want to go ahead and cut my hair myself and then have someone do it. I just wanted someone to work with my hair. So I finally was able to find the loctician that started my locks, Yvonne, and she started it with the interlocking method. So basically, she trimmed away some of the straight hair. Then she started doing the process, forming the locks, all of that. And then once the locks, she parted them and, started the locks, she would cut, some of the straight hair that remained there. So that process, my first set of starter locks, that process probably took 2 hours. So washing it, drying it, parting it, interlocking them, and then trimming off the straight ends may have took that amount of time. So then after that process that day, I had about 2 inches to start with. She formed my locks into 88 locks. So I have 88 locks to this day, and you can see how long they've gotten, and they're really healthy, and I love them. And so after the first, I'll say 3 to 4 months, they locked. So I went through a process of budding and all of that. And the one thing I have to say is, because she didn't use the comb coil method, that I was able to wash my hair like after the first week or week and a half with no problem. I just, I didn't agitate, like run my hands through my scalp or anything, or, do any kind of vigorous washing. But I was able to wash my hair, rinse my hair, whatever I wanted to do very early on within the first week. If I wanted to, I didn't need to, but if I did feel the need to, I could, which is something that I think that some people starting out their locks may get discouraged by, because they want to wash their hair, but they can't necessarily, because the locks haven't set up, because they've used their loctician has used the comb coil method, and it's essentially being held together with gels and other products and things. So in that, I am happy that I was able to do a more natural method versus the ones that rely on gels and lock products and things to get them going. So that's one part of the experience. The second was then, I don't know, I never worried about the environment at work and being accepted at work. Like, that's a topic of conversation these days about locks, you know, being able to discriminate against individuals with locks because it's a hairstyle choice and all of that kind of stuff. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with that in the environment that I was in. There was a couple people at my job already that had locks, and one of my coworkers actually encouraged me to start locks because they enjoyed the freedom and the naturalness of it, and knew that I wanted to transition to a natural hairstyle, but just didn't know what that was. The other thing that encouraged me to transition to the lock hairstyle was my own hair. When I got accustomed to what my natural texture was, it was so coarse, strong, just tight curls. Like, you, if you tried to run your fingers through the roots of my hair, it's just so awesome how strong of a curl and, I don't know, texture. It's like, you try it if you want to. You try to put your fingers through my hair if you want to. They gonna stay in here. They gonna be meant to be in there. I became obsessed with feeling the roots of my hair. It was just so awesome. Like, this is what it's been trying to grow like the whole time, and I kept trying to comb it and brush it and heat it and blow dry it and moisturize it to make it slicker so stuff can slide through it, and comb it and brush it and wet it and all this other silliness when you just let your hair do what it wants to do because it's part of you. So in that, I mean, I'll definitely continue sharing my stories with you guys, but I want to hear from you. What things you're encountering, what things led you to choose to to start your lock journey, how long you've been locking. I know there are some people just starting out, others that have had theirs for months or years or a very long time, like I have. So I just want to develop a community here on planet Venus, the planet of freedom, beauty, fun, whatever you guys want to make it with me. I thank those of you who have watched my other videos, and I definitely am venturing out and taking a look at yours too, because it's very important that I learn from you, and I'm hoping that I bring valuable things to you as well. So, in that, please do like, comment, do comment. I want to hear you guys. Share this content with others that's embarking on the journey or having difficulties on their journey, or maybe enjoying and loving the journey and want to hear more about experiences others are having. And then do subscribe if you're not already subscribed to Planet Venus. I don't just do lock updates, I do music reviews and food reviews. I'm vegan too, so I share my experience that way. I've shared my weight loss journey, losing 35 pounds in the last year. In conjunction with my vegan diet, I've shared my ancestry results, so what the origins of me and my descendants are. It's various things on here, and I also just launched a comedy series with me and my son. So it's lots of stuff on here. Just poke around and share with me. If you are a YouTuber and you have videos here, do note that below too. It's not, I don't take it as, you know, as long as you're not saying sub for sub or any of that, do tell us what your channel is about, and so we can venture over there and take a look at your stuff too. So until next time, be well and peace, family.